even come out and see me, and how insulted, he's insulted, and I'm going, and something bad's gonna happen, right? You know for sure. I think that's fair to assume, something bad's gonna happen when you cross a proud, exalted, mighty warrior. Don't mess with me. So, but his servants, they're brave. They cared about, I think they cared about their master, or they never would, like this little girl, the servant, she's a servant, they must have cared, they cared about him enough to say, my father, right? They call him my father. Like,
He was a great man, therefore he had consideration for other people.
well, I don't think he did, because he stole, his people killed her family and took her into captivity. So I
Yeah,
don't think
but
he's a
it was
good guy.
part of the family then, so he had consideration for the family, his wife, and that. It didn't
He didn't
matter
care about the
where.
ones he'd killed.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
since the girl liked the individual, he had to be respectful, a caring person.
Well, and also a survival mechanism too.
Well, again, I don't know. I mean,
Right.
he's gonna kill someone because Elisha insulted him. I mean, there's like zero doubt. He is rage. It's a very strong word.
Mm-hmm.
He's in a rage, so he's not. He killed her family, whether he likes her or not. That's not a good guy.
Yeah.
That is not a good man. This is not a good man. He's a great man. That doesn't mean good.
Well,
No,
it depends on how you define it, because the cultural norm at that time was conquer or be conquered.
So it's okay to be the conqueror and kill people and steal their stuff.
Well, in the middle of a war, yeah, you
Or in the
do
middle of a war, yeah. In the middle of a war, casualties are
Well,
casualties.
you guys have a different view of what's good than me. I'll say that, because I don't think that's good. I don't
think it's
Israel
good.
was not good.
Well, no, they were warring back and forth, different things, so no, war is never any good.
Yeah. So
I'm just saying, he might not have been immediately responsible for the girl's parents, but he might have taken the girl after she was captured and accepted her into his home.
well, that's an
You don't
optimistic
know.
view. It's true. You don't know. I think everything that we learn
Yeah.
about Syrians is like I doubt that very much.
You know,
That's
so
super
far-
often- that's all people are good, and I say there's a problem with that one too. So
So-
anyway, there's a problem. Something bad's going to happen. His servants
So
step
far,
up.
when wars are done and people are victims, at least they haven't got to the point where all the victims would be made blind and then let to
Right.
go free to wander, because half the world would be blind and wandering around hopelessly. So at least they haven't got that bad. They might kill you, but they won't lame you like that and just let you be on your way.
Oh, I think you need to study the Syrians and the Assyrians who conquered them, and the Babylonians who
Some of
conquered
them
them, and the
blinded,
Medes and
some of
Persians who
them
conquered
blinded in
them.
one eye too.
No, it was cruel. This was
Right.
cruel. This was a cruel time. This is a cruel time, and that's a cruel man, I would think. He's
Thank
the
you.
commander of the armies. No one puts a nice guy at that. Anyway, so. They say, has he not spoken, he says literally a great word. There's a great word. So you have the difference here. You have a great man, you got a great word, right? So the words are the same. It's supposed to make you pay attention to what's the story, right? Because the Hebrew scriptures are crafted so carefully and so beautifully, it's masterwork. So this is not a great word that has been spoken. Why would you just do it? So he's reluctant. But what's he do? He does. He goes down. The leper goes down to the Jordan, dips 7 times.
Yeah, after the servants talked to him and said.
Yeah, he listened to him. He did listen to
Right,
him.
mhm.
So there's a little credit there. Maybe it's like,
Basically, what do you have to lose? Come on,
Right.
do it.
well, I understand. Someone had to talk him into it. He's ready to fly off a handle. They calm him down. Said, okay, yeah, you're right. What's the worst thing that can happen? If it doesn't work, I know where I'm going next. I mean, that's the thing about these stories, right? I mean, we're supposed to kind of think it through as far as we can without going over the edge. It's easy to like over spiritualize people.
Oh, definitely.
So we don't have to do that here. But one thing I wanted to say is there are very few stories about someone being cured of leprosy or skin disease. It seems like there's more than that. There's only 3 in the Old Testament, and twice is temporary, where Moses' hand was covered with skin, like a white skin disease, and then he put it in his glove when he's resisting going to speak on Yahweh's behalf, and his sister Miriam when they rebelled against Moses, her and her brother Aaron. She was outside the camp 7 days, she was given like skin disease. So, those are the only 3 times. There's actually more stories about where someone, like, if you continue reading, you'll find someone else who got leprosy because they were unfaithful, right? You probably read it, Carl, but,
Yeah, I did.
and there's other, where a king like marched into the temple like he was a priest, and leprosy broke out on him, and so, anyway, so it's a rare thing, it's a rare event, where it didn't say God gave him leprosy, although God is sovereign, so there's no special reason why, but he's cured, only time in the Old Testament. So just in terms of how you read the Bible, that is important. So you need to pay attention. 7 times he comes out. And it describes him as clean
As a young boy.
and a young boy. Young boy.
In other words, his skin was real good.
He must have had great skin.
Right.
But here's, and then we kind of stop the story here. There's more to it, but we don't have time. But he clearly comes to faith in the God of Israel, right? He says, now I know, and he says Yahweh. He knows it's not a God, it's the God of the universe. And he's going back, and he said, please, may the Lord not hold it against me, because I'm not going to be an idolater. I have to go with the king into the temple, but, yeah.
I think in